So Ryan, I know we were talking about this just a bit earlier, but like when it comes to veterancy for, say, your MP44s and your Panzer Grenadiers, do you think it's the right way? Do you think they're going about it the right way right now, going with defensive first and then whatever else afterwards?
Particularly against the British, you want to go defensive just because even the base rifles are pretty brutal against the soldier armor and everything that goes with it. The other thing to note is that Hetzer, despite all of the stickies that it took on the left-hand side, is still alive, and it actually did take down the M8 over there as well.
Also, the AT gun.
I'm actually quite surprised. What happened to that AT gun?
It just got shot.
It got shot and destroyed. So basically, this header is very badly damaged. I was personally thinking that it would go down very easily, considering its engine was damaged. But it looked like it took out what, the M8 and the anti-tank.
Almost everything over there.
We got the
gosh.
British moving off of their base sector, and the 25-pounder and casualty clearing are done.
See, I just want to say something. I think because the American player was distracted by that, his teammate got annihilated.
Yeah, I agree. You know, the only reason they held that east point for as long as they did versus the MG and the combined forces of the Panzergrens and the armored cars is because they had American support to go with it. The American rifles in the area, the M8 keeping the armored cars at bay. As soon as they lost that element, it really hurt their stronghold on the east side.
And then everything just went down. They were just constantly pushing them back. I mean, as you guys saw, the British were just constantly retreating, and it was just too much, and they had to retreat all the way back to their base. Back to the Americans' base, actually.
And that is a long, lonely run.
Yeah.
And basically now the middle is totally clear. So what we had there, we had emplacement, two emplacements down. We had a casualty clearing center, we had a HQ, and now it's just all gone. So very good job for the Axis. That is a very big loss for the Brits right now because they're very heavily dependent on that sort of early gain of territory.
We got quite a bit of manpower floating up on the Panzer Elite side, and I don't know if that's just because of the micro-heavy battles on the east side. We also got a big flank coming into dead center near the VP.
Oh, he might be saving for some Panthers.
You think?
Could be.
Could he be at that stage already,
you got
do you think?
Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4 up. I wonder if he's waiting on fuel for an upgrade, though. Because he's only got 44 fuel, and you need 60 for the Panzer 4.
So there's absolutely loads of manpower right now. I mean, it's what, 1,000 for 2 Panthers?
Yes.
Right.
Although that is cheaper than buying them from the
probably build
Wehrmacht.
something then.
Because you pay 600 and 110 fuel from the Panzer Command.
Mm-hmm. But I think in the meantime, you could easily be building or buying something. But right now, I'd say
now, he could definitely use some more
registered
infantry.
Artillery on that fuel point.
It seems like the Allies, ever since they lost the middle, they've been severely pushed back. I mean, as you guys can see, it's just they've lost a lot of control of the map right now.
Yeah, they really need to just reinforce and try to get back.
Do you see an armor truck at all, Krebs?
Could you say that again?
I said, do you see an armor truck for the Brits?
He's got field support.
Normal headquarters. I see a field support truck, and I don't really see an armored one right now.
No, he doesn't have it out
anywhere.
Yet.
No.
It's kind of surprising knowing that you've got tank hunters on the field, but you know, with as much of in the way that British infantry work, particularly against Panzergrens. But that means that your Wehrmacht player is going to be much more likely to try and bring an Ostwind on the field. And you're going to need a counter for that.
So, yeah, basically, as you were saying, they could probably use with some sort of like anti-tank. I mean, they're just basically going for a very heavy infantry strategy. They're basically, the only anti-tank they have is just from the sappers right now.
Now, I missed this earlier, but The Wehrmacht player has 3 Vet 3 snipers running around on the left side of the map to try and handle the infantry.
And that's actually, I would say that's a very good response to all that British infantry. I mean, per volley, that's 3 guys.
I don't.
Yeah,
But
you have 25 kills in between the 3 of them.
he has a counter sniper out, but he's retreating to the base, and we'll see if he can get a counter snipe on one of them. But it's gonna take forever. There's the Panthers.
See, and I don't
And
know that
here
would,
we come.
the Panthers are nice to stall that push, but with Piat squads and Zooks on the field, you got to be kind of careful. But those snipers are going to handle the Piat squads.
Snipers are gonna handle everything.
Apparently.
I think that was a very good situation for the Axis, to be honest. I mean, even though there's all those bazookas and sappers, I mean, there's the snipers alone. I mean, even if the Panthers just stayed there and took some shots, the snipers alone would have just scared away all those bazookas.
Well, you figured just a second ago we had 25 kills on the 3 snipers, and now we're up to 35.
That's absolutely crazy. So definitely paying off just for their cost.
I think they should have titled this
What
replay "How to Own a British Player on Rails and Metal."
I mean,
like we
the
got
British
Artie
players are
coming
especially
down
blobbing up.
and more Artie coming down.
Yep, that's American
Yep,
and British already, I think.
Yeah, that looks. Is that a creeping barrage?
I didn't see the smoke on it. Oh, maybe.
There was smoke. There was a second set of smoke.
Oh.
Well, I mean, the Brits can get priests, whether they have a priest.
Oh, what am I talking
no,
about?
They don't actually have
No,
one.
there's a 105 on the
They
field.
actually,
is
How
the
one.
Brits actually have an armored command truck up now.
Yeah, you would definitely hope to see that with the Panthers on the field. I mean, Fireflies at least give them a run for their money. You know, with the Wehrmacht, you have the option of buying the vet, but with Panzer Elite, you really have to earn it, which can make them a little more fragile than what they would typically be up against a vanilla matchup.
Well, yeah, but once they get it, man. And Group Zeal and all that.
They're race cars once they get defensive vet.
The sniper's running away.
Uncamouflaged, so get out of there as quickly as possible.
That's common against British infantry in particular because you actually hold the advantage on speed with snipers uncloaked. So as they start to move, you just micro them back out of range.
That's right, unless they got a lieutenant or some sort of commander with them.
Yeah. Snipers are now up to 45 kills.
And the Allied sniper's about to get run over. Oh, he lived.
Now, we have a lot of British infantry on the field right now. Not too sure how this is going to be effective. I've actually played quite a few games against British players. When they go very heavy infantry, what they actually like to do is build a few lieutenants and you know, just stack up abilities basically, and then they become insanely strong blobs.
That's
that
going to be a rocket barrage.
Yeah.
And oh geez, really got to get out of there. Just in the nick of time as well. I mean, if those guys were just
Gonna lose his
any
HQ
bit
though.
closer.
Yeah, and at
The
this
Brits
point,
really
you
having
know,
a bad
with,
day,
with
I
the
would
lack
say.
of an HQ, once you retreat British squads, they actually go back to the initial call-in point, which is an even longer, lonely road.
Panthers immobile.
This is absolutely insane how much artillery is coming down on the field.
Still see the
suppose,
snipers chipping away. Nothing's going on the east side. I think once the armor really hit the field on that west side, though, I probably would have tried to move east and at least get some kind of control back.
Oh, howitzer shot took out a sniper. Got vet 1 on it. Are they talking about map hacking?
No,
I don't know.
they,
I
they've
think
been
it's just
talking
I
about it
think it's
since
just
about
like the
10 minutes into the
competition.
game.
Yeah.
Of course, there
You get so into the game.
we had a mortar half track go down.
If they.
Now,
God. I mean, as a Wehrmacht player, you know the British player is going to be trying to build something. You're going to bring your bike in there to scout and try to take it out.
Well, and of course, and if you look at the MGs on that side and all of the consolidated power, what's a British player's answer to that? It's gonna be a mortar pit.
Exactly.
I actually
More
feel like that
Panthers.
we've seen yeah, a lot more Panthers. I actually feel like we've seen a lot more I don't know, just action from the Brits. I haven't really seen that much of a presence from the Americans. I mean, we've seen a few bazooka squads, but apart from that, not really much. It seems like they're just even throwing their guys right now. I mean, they obviously know that they're going to be taking a lot of casualties, but I think they just know that they're in a very bad position right now.
Of course, there we saw the 88 trimming that AT gun down to almost nothing, and in the beta, they've got a much lower accuracy against AT guns.
I'm actually surprised how long the AT gun lasted, considering that there's a mortar and all that 25 pounder as well.
Oh, two PS squads.
Yeah. And do you see the effect that just one volley of Piats has on an unvetted Panther? I mean, you're talking 25% health almost instantaneously. You
Pretty
really
much.
have to be careful with them out of the gate, but if you keep them alive, it's a lot like American rifles.
And as soon as you get those that defensive veterancy on them, they're alive a lot longer.
If Boogum had a triage up, his British teammate would be getting heals.
It seems like Reloaded is heavily dependent on Boogum. Actually, I mean, he just keeps on retreating that lonely path all the way back to the Americans' base.
Well, I
Seems like
think at
he's
this
really
point
dependent on him right now.
he's kind of hesitant to spend all of the manpower on another base, and I think at this point they know they're on the back foot and pretty much just flat out losing.
The sniper's in the middle. Oh, he's sending a bike up. I wonder if he's going to spot him.
So I mean, the Axis are in such a comfortable position right now. I mean, like if I'm just looking at the field right now, there's a few mines down. They've got counters for everything. They've got counters against the infantry with the snipers. They've got counters against any tanks with their own with their own tanks. They've even got their own motorbike to spot against any other snipers. I mean, they've pretty much got a counter for absolutely everything.
Well, and
That
I think
black in the very back as well.
Oh,
what
my
you saw
God.
was a lack of those counters from the Allied players in that early to mid transition where the American player moved west and the Axis players stayed on the east side. It's hard to do that when you've got such a forward position on your British base.
Yeah. Ooh, game over.
No, yeah, that's game over. So that seemed like quite a tense game for them anyway. Um, I guess well, just my initial impressions right now. It's kind of unfortunate that the Brits had to actually lose that middle fuel point. I mean, ever since that, their game really started going down, and they started getting pushed back. What I actually would have liked to have seen more from the American and the Brits is just switching between the sides. So what I mean by that is they were initially focusing completely on the fuel point with the east side, and just never not even focusing at all on the west side. And then eventually, once that was taken out, then they were focusing on the west side, nothing to do with the east side. But what I really would like to see if they just kept on alternating, always putting the pressure on both sides. I mean, that's how you would usually win a game in the end, just putting pressure at all times from all directions. How do you guys feel about this?
Yes and no, because they never really had a stronghold. Like the Axis players, they put up a forward HQ, they had medic bunker there. They had that territory locked down, and the Allies never had that. They never had that teamwork together except the early game.
I think the other fact that goes with that is that Flak 88 coming up and pretty much pounding that east side with the emplacements and everything over there. You, as soon as you can, once you know a Flak 88's on the field, and the Brit had units in sight range of it, he knew it was there. You need to really work and build that objective. Okay, that Flak 88 is our next target, because if you don't get that down, you're going to lose that stronghold over on the east side.
That's right, and those goals never stop. I mean, they initially took out the medic bunker, but as soon as that flak came up, as you said, that needs to go down next. And they also got another medic bunker up, that needed to go down as well. So as you know, as I've been saying, just always have your goals in mind. It's just things that you want to accomplish for the game. So overall, that was quite it was okay game. It was short and sweet, I would say. So anything else you guys want to say?
Uh, no, not off top. I think I pretty much said my little piece.
Okay, so then I'll conclude this with Kohu and Greatness and Ryan. So I'll let you guys say bye.
I'll see you later.
Bye, everyone.
And we hope to do more replays for you guys. So anyway, see you guys later. Bye bye.